Hello friends. This is a video that I'm going to call Jefferson StretchMed PLC, and I'll post it on YouTube, and I will share a link with you via email in the next day or so. So what I'd like to do first is just some seated stretching, and then we'll stand a little bit, and then we'll do some breath meditation as well. Pretty simple stuff. The first thing that I'd like to do is to kind of get our shoulders going. So if you'll just kind of roll your shoulders forward, I guess that's forward. Good. And then backward. Good. And then let's just kind of move them up and down. Good. We carry a lot of tension, a lot of the stress from our day, from our lives. We carry a lot of that in our shoulders and in our neck. And so it's good for us to do just a little bit of shoulder rotation. We're going to do some neck stretching also. Obviously, if you're not comfortable with this, if your neck is not willing to cooperate, then please don't force the issue. You can just watch and jump on with the next thing that we do. But the next thing that I'd like us to do is to just look one direction. I'm going to look to my left. You can look left or right, whatever floats your boat. And you're just going to kind of look kind of over your shoulder, back at maybe a 30-degree angle back. I'm not sure. But you're not forcing it. But there's a little pull in my neck right now. And then we're going to go over the other shoulder. Same thing. Looking over your shoulder, a little bit of pull. I'm kind of feeling it back in here. But it's not discomfort. It's just a little pull in the muscles through the shoulder and through the neck. And then let's go back the other way one more time. Nice and easy. Whenever you're working anything with your neck, you always want to be gentle, slow. Take your time. And back the other direction as well. Last one. Good. Next thing I'm going to ask you to do is to touch your chin to your chest or close to your chest. And then look up at the ceiling. And we're going to do some gentle neck rotations. I'm going to go left first, over my left shoulder, then down, right shoulder, look up. Again, if you're comfortable doing this, if your neck cooperates, then go ahead. If you've got neck issues, don't force it. And then let's stop as we come around to the chest, and then go the other direction this time. See if you can, and I'm not great at this, see if you can keep your shoulders as relaxed as possible as you're rotating your neck, as you're rolling your head around. Nice and slow, gentle motion. And then let's come back down to our chest with our chin. Good. The next thing I'm going to do is stand up. I'd like for you to stay seated. Just watch what I do. I'll model it, and then I'll ask you to give it a shot. The next thing that I'd like to do is to, and I'm not sure if this actually physically happens, but conceptually, I'd like us to think about creating some space in our vertebrae. And so we're going to put our hands together, or just fingertips together. We're going to reach up high to the ceiling and imagine that there's just a little bit more space, maybe a 32nd of an inch, 16th of an inch, just a little more space between the vertebrae. Then the next thing I'm going to ask you to do, if you're able to do this, is just to bend back a little bit. Let me turn sideways and I'll show you what I mean. Fingertips are still touching over my head. I'm just going to bend back a little. And it seems to be helpful to hold your breath while I do this and relax. So if you would please stand up. Hands together, up over your head, reach as close to the ceiling as you can get. Imagine your vertebrae getting a little space between them. And then we're just going to bend back a little bit. Take a breath, hold your breath, bend back a little. And relax. Nice. Would you please move your feet about shoulder width apart? We're going to start with our hands and our knees. And we're just going to slide our hands down to our ankles or toward our ankles. Bend your knees. And then you're going to come back up to your knees with your hands. All right, let's try that together. Hands on knees. Slide down. Stop. Bend your knees. And then come back up. If you can touch your toes, go ahead and touch your toes. If you can put your palms flat on your floor, yay for you. Bend your knees, come back up. Please don't be afraid of my head. It has never exploded, even though it may look like it's about to explode. It's okay. Let's do a couple more of these. Bend your knees, nice and slow, take your time. Bend your knees. And then let's put our hands together, feet together, back up over our head, stretch up toward the ceiling, create some space between your vertebrae, at least conceptually. And then we're going to lean back just a little, hold your breath. And relax. Good. Let's go ahead and take our seats again. And I'd like to do a little breath meditation. A lot of times meditation seems like this mysterious, magical thing, and I think it sort of is actually. But really, when we talk about trying to clear the mind, to me, what it means is just getting my focus someplace else other than on that thing that, oh, I got to take care of that, I got to take care of that. Well, right now, you don't have to take care of that. I want you to take care of you because you are, in fact, a priority. So I'm going to ask you to sit down, and I'd like for you just to kind of be aware of how you're making contact with the chair, the back of the chair. If you have arms on the chair, how your legs and your rear end touch the chair. Kind of feel the magic of gravity holding you in that chair. Gravity kind of pulling your feet into the floor. Just be aware of that. And then the next thing I'm going to ask you to do is to just notice your breaths. Don't feel like you have to stretch it out or slow it down. We'll do that in a little bit, but just notice how you're breathing. I'd like for you to touch your lips together and breathe through your nose. Nose breathing is really important, really beneficial. Lots of interesting articles, videos about nose breathing if you're interested. So touch your lips together and let's do just a little nose breathing. And again, just like noticing how you're seated in the chair, how gravity is working upon you, I want you just to notice your breaths. On the inhale, I'd like for you to number the inhale 1. Number the exhale 2. And let's just breathe through a few 1, 2, 1, 2s, nice and slowly. Let's breathe through a few cycles of those. Just noticing the breath, not changing it. Inhale is 1, exhale is 2. If you're comfortable, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. If you would rather not close your eyes, another thing that's similar to closing your eyes is to stare at a fixed point. So find a point in the room that's not moving. It's fixed. It ain't broken. Stare at that fixed point or close your eyes and just number a few more breaths if you would. 1, 2, 1, 2. Take your time. is continue breathing through your nose. This time I'd like for you to stretch the 1 and the 2 out a little bit. So make your breathing just a little bit slower, maybe deeper. That usually is a result. But just think of it as going a little slower than it was before. Still numbering 1s and 2s. Continue breathing, nice and slow. This time on the inhale, I'd like for you to inhale the word, the concept, peace. I'd like for you to breathe peace into your life, whatever that might mean. Breathe peace into your life, breathe peace into your body. Let that peace kind of wrap its loving arms around your heart. Nice peace hug. So on the inhale, I'd like for you to think peace. On the exhale, I'd like for you to think let go. Because I bet there's something that you would like to let go of, and replace that with peace. So let's go through a few cycles of that. Peace on the inhale, let go on the exhale. Please continue breathing. This time I'd like us to be a little more assertive on the let go. Whatever it is that you might need to let go, maybe you're stressed about this thing, or upset about this, or maybe you've been thinking about something that really is a done deal, but it still is taking up some space in you. Whatever that thing is that you need to let go, I'd like for us to be a little more aggressive about letting it go. So the inhale is going to be peace. The exhale is going to be let it go, but I'd like for you to whoosh out the air. So it might sound something like this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So let's try that. Let's do 3 of those together. Ready? Inhale. Let it go. Inhale. Let it go. Inhale. Let it go. Nice. This time, I'd like to change your inhale and your exhale both to the concept of peace. Breathe peace in. Breathe peace out. Now, it would be silly for me to say, okay, we have solved all of your problems, and we have let go of that thing that is driving you crazy. That would be kind of silly of me to say that. But for right now, we can let that thing go, or those things go. And just focus on the breath and focus on peace. Inhale peace, exhale peace. Take your time. And with your eyes still closed, if you want to stretch your hands up high, if you want to stretch your legs out a little bit as you're seated, and you can open your eyes. I hope that this has been somewhat helpful in the time that we've had here. Obviously, you can let that stretch out as long as you want in the morning, which is a great time to stretch and to breathe and to meditate. Whenever you get some time, you can do as much breathing as you would like to. So I hope this has been helpful. Do you know, when I do restorative circles in the music room, I like to finish with me saying, peace be with you, and I ask the students to respond with, and also with you. So I'm going to say that right now, if you would respond with, and also with you. Peace be with you.